Hey everyone, if you are a cat lover the way I am, you might have cats that just love to eat your plants. Some folks have left comments under my videos asking me where Bear is. Well, him and my other cat had discovered all the plants that I had up on the dresser there and had been having extra snacks every day. Yesterday, I went to the thrift store and I got some things that I think are going to help me keep the plants away from the cats. They are interested in all the other plants that I have that were sitting up there. And so I went to the thrift store and got some shelves and things. I like this basket, but I need to paint it. So let's see what we can do to keep Bear on camera without hurting my plants. All of the plants I have in my house are usually ferns, Christmas cactus, anything that I know that cats can nibble on, but it won't harm them. But I still don't like them eating my plants. I found this at the thrift store. It's kind of a strange shelving unit, but I like it because I could just add some hooks and hang it. I can add plants in here or even art supplies, but I feel like this is outdated and I'm going to paint this with some white paint and maybe some gold. Maybe some sparkles, I'm not sure, but we'll see how that works. I also got this little pot because this pot fits perfectly in here. And I really love this older shelf. I'm not sure this shelf is going to stay in the art room. I think I'm going to have it in my front hallway because I get a lot of light there. And I have a lot of like wooden mirrors and stuff there. So I'm not painting this. I'm going to clean it. I'm going to paint this and then I'm going to add my plants there. And the other thing that I like is this tiny little shelf that I got. And I think it probably can hold one or two things. And if not, it can probably hold some art supplies. I don't like having too much stuff, but I definitely love having a lot of plants in my house and bringing the outside in just because it's winter. And I think we need greenery all year long. So let's get started with painting this. I feel like this is clay or something. I'm not going to take it off. There's a piece of this flower missing, but maybe it looks like clay. Anyway, we're going to paint it. Let's see what happens. I have some white acrylic paint and I have glue as well. I don't know what I'm going to do here. This has been cleaned. It's pretty smooth, the clay part, but it looks like somebody had already painted it. So I might do a mixture of white and gold paint and then maybe add some color back into these. And hopefully the paint will stay on. But again, this was just a thrift store. I'm not painting this black thing here. It's just going to be this part. One thing I like about thrift store finds is you can pretty much do anything to your finds and not worry too much about it. I know this is going to either have my art supplies in it or plants in it. I don't need it to be perfect. It's really serving a purpose. I want it to be pretty, but I don't know how pretty this is, but I don't want to go to the store and spend a bunch of money. I'd rather spend my money on art supplies. Sometimes it's fun to see how creative you can be with something you find at the thrift store. Normally, I just try to find things that I like so I don't have to upgrade it or I don't have to paint it. I'm not into that. I prefer to paint paintings, but I thought that this might have potential. And I do like the flowers. The color choices, it's outdated. If I don't like it, I'm just going to put it outside on the deck in the summer and put my plants in it. But I have a feeling even if I don't put plants in it in the house, I can put my art supplies in it and get it off get some of my art supplies from under my desk. So I'm gonna let that dry and see what I want to do next. And this is the final version for now. I like the way that I added different colors of paint to these flowers and some sparkles on them. It's super tacky, but I really love it. And I don't care if it's tacky, it costs $5. I like the whole vibe of my art studio. I had to move all my plants. They don't seem to want to eat the Christmas cactus. That's never a thing for them, but all the other plants I had to, they don't eat that's a money tree. They don't eat that either. They liked all the ferns and my spider plants. So I just kind of had to move those plants somewhere else. And this, I got to move one of my spider plants up here. I believe this is a candle holder, but I like it more as a plant holder. It's really fun to go thrift store shopping and see what you can find for your art studio or your office. Disco ball, and there's a funny story for that too. When I went to the thrift store, I forgot my bank card, and this lady, she bought the disco ball for me. I couldn't believe it. It was so nice. And it's one of those things that you just pass it on. You know, if someone forgets their wallet, you can just pass it on. I moved one of my plants up here, the one that Bear almost completely ate. This is an alligator fern. The shelves I have, the white shelves, are both sitting upside down on my desk. So what I've done here, as you can see, this is supposed to be something like this, and I suppose I could hang it there and maybe I will sometime, but for now I actually just put it upside down, and I put my Faber-Castell oil pastels in there, my Neo Color crayons that I know I'm going to be using more often, and my gouache. I just put it on this shelf, and I kind of like the way that this looks holding my stuff together. Everything I have here is really old, from a thrift store or given to me. Those are my grandmother's perfume bottles right there. I found this little Avon perfume dog at the beach. And I actually found these dice were my grandfather's dice. I found them in here. I was given these that were my grandfather's and father's, and the container that they had held these dice. So I really like having old things that belong to my family or found at a thrift store. I found this rock at the beach. I used to tell my daughter that it was a dinosaur egg, so we used to laugh and say we had a dinosaur egg. And overall, everything that you see in my art studio is from the thrift store. Even that chair. I love that chair. It used to be green. I paid $25 for this chair, but it's a little bit squeaky. That really drives me crazy when I'm painting. I did have it recovered in pink. It used to be green, and I don't know if I'd ever have a chair recovered professionally again because my cats like to scratch it. But I love my cats. This lamp I have found has really helped me with getting those evening paintings done. It really adds a lot of light to my desk. So I have my overhead. I'm actually going to get a chandelier for the ceiling. So that is my art studio. I did manage to get one plant off the desk. I got another one up there. The rest of my plants, hi Charlie. For now, I'm going to keep the rest of my plants on this shelf that my cats have yet, there's my doggy do, that my cats have yet to figure out how to get up onto this shelf because it's a little high up for them. But Bear and Kitty have managed to get up on my other shelf and eat all my plants. For now, Bear has found a new place to cuddle up and hang out. And hopefully we'll see him in future videos if he decides to join me while I'm painting and not eat all my plants.